When it comes to the places that really inform who I am today and the way that I've carried myself in academia, I think about the west side of Hollister. That's my barrio, that's my hood, and that's where I come from. That's my heart and soul. It's in the Santa Clara Valley, south of San Jose. The images that really fill my mind, I think back to all the brown people that I grew up alongside, whether they were Mexican or Southwest Native Americans like myself. No doubt, all of the Mexican culinary influences are something that I would say represent the neighborhood, but also the Native American influences that we had. We're talking about deer jerky, bison meat, various berry jams, blue cornbread. The list just goes on. Sounds, well, I think of the brown people music that we grew up listening to and our parents' generation and grandparents' generation listened to as well. Whether it was Chicano oldies, Latin freestyle music, the brown hip hop that we had, local hip hop at that, it definitely represented the neighborhood, and you could hear sounds blaring out of old school vehicles to more contemporary import vehicles. The voices that I remember are definitely all my family members and friends in that neighborhood. They're what I constantly think of in academia. It's the sound of people, especially people that are no longer with us in this realm. The west side of Hollister, and not just that barrio, but all the barrios, Gilroy, Morgan Hill, and the east side of San Jose, and what they've provided me with in terms of influences and inspiration, well, they continue to live with me. Thinking about my neighborhood and talking about the past, especially my favorite decade of the 2000s and what not only the South Bay was like, but the entire Bay Area. I feel like it's real easy for me to talk about the 90s and 2000s when I grew up because it's just a more innocent era and something that really occupies a great place in my mind and continues to motivate me even to this day. Things that may be difficult. I mean, I'm a pretty transparent individual. I think a lot of people would be surprised that when it comes to Native American people, transparency is something that we constantly preach and we represent. So things really aren't too difficult for me to talk about. But I will say that in terms of the way that I grew up and how it was in a semi-rural area, a lot of beliefs and the culture that existed would be deemed illogical at the very least. I wouldn't say that anybody outright provided me with the necessary encouragement or mentoring opportunities, whether it was back in the South Bay during my youth or even during my young adulthood. I can't say that anybody went above and beyond the call of duty. No, there were people that were positive influences in my life that I'm grateful for, but there were always other people that they prioritized.